We just want to talk about what you can expect and, you know, if you didn't attend last year, what you might have missed. Uh, it's going to be an interesting conference this year. Um, AI is going to be, I think, the biggest topic under a number of different, from a number of different levels. How to incorporate AI for your customers, how to develop with AI. We're going to be talking about AI from a high level. Um, is this good or is this bad for the planet? Is it good? Is it bad for developers? What are the impact for your work? Um, there's a lot of negatives, a lot of positives. We're going to be talking about data centers. And that's just one of I think the biggest theme of the conference. So I think it's going to be a wonderful conference. And if you were there last year, you had you developed a great rapport with your other fellow developers. We really felt like a community, and it's an experience that you can't get on Zoom. Uh, so, or a forum of any kind. I think it's unique. And we've positioned this conference to be right in, but about 6 months away from Claris's next conference. But if you're looking for a more, I would say, intimate atmosphere, I think full access is going to be the place to be. We have full sponsorship from Claris and quite a few number of other developers, which Jonn will go into. Uh, Claris will have a presence there. They don't run the show, but they will be there to dispense their knowledge and there for you to access them and ask them questions. I can't, we had Ryan McCann there last year, and that was a bit of a surprise for the conference attendees. I can't guarantee that that may happen this year, but there's a good chance that it might.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I might just start sharing my screen, go over the website and some new things that are coming up. And we're doing it different than last year, where last year we tried to more or less prohibit people from doing, vendor sessions where they're selling a product because we wanted to make it more intimate, and that worked really well. But this year there is no Engage, and so there's no place for those vendors to go. And we wanted to get more sponsors so we could have a better event because it takes more money than we can without sponsors, obviously. And we wanted to grow the thing. And it's grown a bit bigger. It's already bigger than last year in attendance, and we still have 7 weeks to go. I think I'm looking at the website, and if I look down at the very bottom, near the bottom, it will tell me how many days we have left. 49 days divided by 7. This is exactly 7 weeks before the thing starts. So I'm going to jump ahead and then come back. Talk about next year. So we know there's an Engage next year. While there's 9 FileMaker related conferences this year, mostly in Europe, one in New Zealand, and also in Canada. I did some studies on Grok AI, which showed me, I asked, give me the ratings of these different events based on attendance, the number of sessions, the quality of sessions, the number of sponsors, whatever other factors you can come up with. And it ranked us as #1 among all the 9. Now, we're not the biggest. I know Engage U is like way more people than we have, but the diversity of sessions, the number of sponsors, the atmosphere that we've created is very unique in the industry, and we want to promote that. So next year there will be an Engage, and we're thinking it's going to be around May. From what I know, we don't know where yet, we don't know when, but there'll be an Engage, and there isn't this year. So that means that by definition, full access will have a different significance in the community next year than it does now, whatever that is. And the way I see it, and I'm doing a lot of research on AI and the impact that it has in the world, good and bad, and the data centers, good and bad. In fact, at this conference, I'm going to be giving a session called Darth Invader. Not quite the same flavor. Mike is doing a session on, I believe you're involved with the session of the AI overlord's going to dominate us, right? Something like that.
Just kind of a big picture overview, what it means for businesses and developers.
So looking at that in the future, and then look where we're at here, we have a wonderful team of people who put stuff together. So not only do we have this incredible website, and I'm going to step you through because I'm going to show you a couple of things that are going on. We've added some commentary at the top on the website. We have a wonderful registration page that gives you different options, along with a premium option that you can upgrade to if you want to have like some special get picked up at the airport and stuff. So just the registration page is really rich. There's a rideshare app you can look at. If you're going to rideshare with people, you will see when I click here, we currently have 50 people, 55 people. Oh, we also have 3 scholarships that have been given out to students at San Jose State that have not yet signed up, and a number of other colleagues that we're talking about. So we know it's going to be bigger than 55. We don't know what. That's still a small conference, right? We get to 75. I think everybody would be really happy. So it'll be somewhere between 60 and 75. But this website's incredible. I can go look at anybody and I can say, oh, let me look at Clay Mackle, who works for Claris, and here's a little bio on him. Oh, and he's going to do a session. Let's look. What's that session he's going to do? Okay, this tells all about the session and who else is going to be involved in the session. So the website is just incredible. When it comes to the sessions, when it comes time to do this, not only do we have on the sessions page a list of all the different presentations, and you can click on any given one of them and go into the detail like this, but you also can say, well, show me the general schedule, like the lay of the land, one of the different time slots. So we have time slots for sessions on Thursday, 3 of them in the afternoon because that's our short day, because that's our starting day. And then we have 2 sets of sessions on Friday, another 3 sets of sessions. So there's 5 time slots on Friday. It is a 4.5-day event. 1, 2, 3, 4.5 days because we stay till after lunch on Monday. This is the longest. This is longer than we did last year. We did, I think, 3.5 days last year. 4.5 days because we had the space available. And once we're there, it doesn't take much more to roll out an extra day and a half. And that's kind of an experiment to see. People are going to think it's too long. Well, maybe some people leave early. That's fine. But this way we have plenty of time to relax, have a lot of meaningful sessions, which are both technical and about quality of life, interpersonal sessions, without any rush. We got a solid half an hour break between each session time slot so people can go for a walk on the 30 acres of trails that are available in the Jesuit Retreat Center, or, meditate, pray in the chapel, go hang out with other developers and network. If I switch to the calendar view, which is a request a lot of senior developers are putting out, our team has put together a calendar view that lets you go through day by day. This is currently showing Thursday. Let's look at Friday, which is a fairly full day. And you can see we have 2 main meeting rooms, the Gellert Rotunda, they call it, and the O'Mara conference room. And others like lunch, or if we fill up with sessions more than the 2 rooms can handle on our supposed 2-track event, then we have 2 other rooms available. They will go under other. So this may fill out even more than this. So we have a couple sessions at 9 a.m. We currently still have openings. If anybody wants to give a session at 11 a.m. on Friday, there's 2 time slots, completely unclaimed. Then that afternoon, we've got Vince Minano giving a session on FileMaker and the relevance in today's world. If I click on that, I'll see a brief description of it, and I either can go look at Vince or I can say, show me the full session, and the website will take you to that full presentation. Very cool. This works on the iPhone even better, which is equivalent to doing this. If I squeeze this up, this is how it appears on the iPhone, because it's done in WordPress that automatically will scale according to the app that you're on. Very cool. I go back to the sessions, close that, I can look at others. We see that Todd Geis has got 2 sessions coming on Friday at 3 and 4:30. This one called Another Presentation by Todd Geist. I just an hour ago got the content in from Proof that I'm going to post today, so this session will be clear. So that's a little about how the website works. And of course, you can see who's attending. You're going to put together a session. You got to give me something before the time slots are gone. I don't need it all fleshed out, just like, hey, I think it's going to be called that, and I think this is kind of a gross description of it. And then once I load it in the back end, you can go into your account on the website and change anything you want. But this way I can get it in the schedule because the schedule is filling up. So I would encourage you in the next couple days, just give me anything. It can be complete, like I'm going to talk about Shirley Temple. I don't care what you say because you can change it later. That way we can fill out the schedule. And the fuller the schedule, the more people want to come. It's like, look at all these classes. So That's the pitch I give everybody. Nothing personal. Just give me something. So if you know you're going to give a session, I can get a placeholder in there for you. If you're going to be a sponsor, work out the details. You're going to give a session. If you're going to do the carpool thing, go on a Dennis's app and sign up at the carpool. Because 7 weeks to me is like 3 hours. The whole event is upon us. This time will fly by so fast, and I still have more work to do than I can barely handle in 7 weeks. That the whole thing is designed by developers for developers with the intention of empowering developers. We have a YouTube channel with, if I get a chance, I'll pull that up, a lot of videos. I just launched a new video last night, an interview with Ron Glenn Cates, who's our web developer and our app developer. Beautiful, 2 minutes and 45 seconds. It's just a short TikTok style on your iPhone. I'll give you the link to that before we're done. We have a series of videos so you can get to see what each person is bringing and participating. We got a few sessions that are about like project management from an intuition perspective. We've got one about how to retire, right? Mike, I think you're involved in that. We have a few peripheral, non-technical sessions that bring balance to it. So we're 87, 90% technical sessions, but that 10 to 15% quality of life content in sessions brings a balance that's incredible. Then there's a lot of peripheral activities. But before I do anything else, I want to go to the next step. Just yesterday, Ron Glenn Cates with Alex Seidler, who works with him, released an app on the Apple App Store. This is what you would see, and we'll give you the link to get there. You can load it now. This is the full access app on the App Store. This is what you see when you search the App Store. To find it, it's full access with the brackets. Found out that's the best way to search it. But because it's new and you might be scrolling 11, 12 pages down to 11 or 12 apps down to find it, we'll give you the link and it'll just bring it up on your iPhone. This app is incredible. You got to take a look at it. This is what it looks like when you go to get it. When you get it, I have taken a screenshot off of my iPhone just a few minutes ago. This is the front page of the app. Now, I can't really run the app on my Windows desktop, so I can't step it through. But this has literally all of the functionality of our website fully compiled into an Apple-approved app that is incredible. So you don't even have to get on the website. You can just go on your iPhone, which works really fast on cellular, regardless of Wi-Fi. You can look at the sessions. You can edit your profile. You can do a bunch of things. So encourage everybody who's considering coming to this thing, even if you don't come to the event, get the app, take a look at what we're doing. It's pretty darn cool.
And to top that off, they
Yeah.
will be giving a session on how they did this.
You know, they're going to be given 2 sessions, I think, Mike. Ron's going to give one on how he uses his product called CWP Snippets, which is a WordPress plugin that allows FileMaker and WordPress to work bidirectionally. That's a session. And Alex is going to be given a session because Alex really did most of the work, as I understand it, forgive me, Ron, on the app itself. So he's going to be giving a session on how he did this app, which is just phenomenal. It's one of the nicest apps I've seen anywhere. They took it a step further. We have a thing called cards. Eric Matthews, if you know him, always does these little cool backdrops on his Dig FM meetings, and he has these cards that are done like in Photoshop or PowerPoint, and they're like, this is who I am. It's got the green wavy background of the full access theme, and we have a template for those that you can download if you're coming to the conference. Ron has a feature that's turned off just right yet, I believe. Yeah, where instead of his face, there's going to be a card it's kind of like a screenshot from a keynote session. It's got the whole context of full access, and this is what who I am and what I'm doing. This is what it's about, and that will be available in both the website and the app as a really cool thing. We have a template you can download, you fill it in, you put in whatever, you post it up there, and then you may just give it a certain session. When the session is over, and for those sessions, and we're hoping to record most of them, for those sessions that get recorded, I'm going to turn this off now. For those sessions that get recorded, you can just send in the recording of it and the files. We'll turn it into a quick YouTube upload. And then we put the link into where the card goes on the website. And instead of your card, it gets replaced by the thumbnail of the YouTube video. And all you can do is click and you can download or watch the video and download the files. They've made this so clean and so easy to use that the moment the conference is over, and within a week, if I have tough time to convert everything, you can just go back into the app and rewatch the videos or find out the information about the person or download the presentation files, all very, very seamless. And don't have a lot of visual for that because we just discussed it yesterday. It's not being rolled out. I'm kind of breaking the rules and telling you stuff that's not been released yet. But it's the technology that Ron and Alex have put together and the sessions that have been coming and the sponsors. I've got to share my screen again. It's just amazing. We came out of nowhere. Mike and I put this together last year. We didn't exist 2 years ago, right? And now we have this wonderful website. We've got a series of sessions. I'm just scrolling down the homepage quickly. And I'll go over this in a moment. But there are YouTube videos, shorts on the left, full length on the right. The shorts by YouTube standards are 3 minutes exactly or less. And then long ones, so they have the vertical or the horizontal. Those are all in here. If I were to play this, if I just played the first one, it automatically rolls to the next one to go through all the shorts. If you just lay on your recliner and watch them all, or you could do the full lengths and it'll just go through. We have a couple dozen videos already. But look at this. Claris was not our sponsor last year, although they sent, 3 people, Mike? They sent Rick Coleman, they sent Ryan McCann, and then I invited Clay Mackle directly. So those people are all coming this year. We think Ryan McCann's coming, but they're going to have a minimum of 4 Claris people, plus they sponsored us, which means they gave us a little money and we get to advertise with them. We got the Proof Group, which was the last one to sign up. Right before that was Codance, which is now a full city company. Danny Mac's old company out of New Millennium out of Boulder. Portage Bay, you guys have heard of them before. David Simpson's company. We've got Christian Schmidt coming from Germany. We got somebody else coming from Germany, somebody else coming from France. People are now coming from Canada. Chris Ippolite from iSolutions will be there. 360 Works is a sponsor. FM Cloud, who hosts our website, is a sponsor. NRG. In fact, I'm putting together a video with Andy Kaczynski as soon as I can get hold of him. And then we have, of course, Data Experience is my company. RGC Data is Ron's company. Eric manages the group Dig FM, and then Richard Carlton's got really 2 businesses, his training thing on Twitch, Discord, and YouTube, as well as his company as a sponsor. Altogether, that's 14 sponsors. With a lot of prayer and a lot of good friends, we put together a formula for something that's never quite been like this before, right? There are elements of what we're doing in some of the old conferences that have happened, but as a package, we've tried to pull all the goodness of all of them and avoid the ditches we might fall in some of them, and not that there really were any problems, but we wanted to make sure it was the best and then invent new things. I want to show you this. And if anybody's got questions, after I do this, if you've got questions or comments, welcome. But let me get through this. We have just added this. There are 12 images, and all these images are from the Jesuit Retreat Center. So the venue of the current year's event, which is still the JRC, has all these different images that we were able to download from their website, some of the pictures I took while we were there. And you could say, look, we have ID badges, right? And last year, they look something like this, right? Well, that's nice. It's clean, kind of dorky, not real artistic. And I was going to do it again, and Ron said, no, let me do it. And he came up with a badge that is incredibly beautiful. And you can come here and say, well, I would like the front of my badge to have the palm tree in the background and the back to have like the bench. Or no, maybe not. Maybe I want it to be this interesting cactus. Some of it's just scenery. Some of it's, the facility. But that way, kind of get a little flavor of the person. So on the front of your badge would be one color, and the back side would be a different image over image with a standard overlay. If you've given us a picture, a photograph, coming back to the attending page, let's say we pick Ivan Granger and he has a photo, then that photo will appear in the middle of one side of his badges. If he didn't give us a picture, and we look for someone who maybe didn't give a picture. Jeremy Kushner's coming. He's an IT. Jeremy Kushner's a friend of mine who runs the #1 IT network services company in Silicon Valley, and he's going to be there. He didn't give me a picture. So his picture and a circle of it just won't appear on the name tag. This is all very intelligently designed. So there's a little bit of the dimensionality of what's going on. We have entertainment going on. My living room is currently a factory and a laboratory. I have tables set up over in my living room where I and a friend of mine are building this almost full-size TV game show set of Wheel of Fortune, calling it Wheel of FileMaker. I measured it. The wheel on Wheel of Fortune on TV is about 6 feet in diameter, where ours is 4. It's a little smaller, but it's going to be almost identical in theme. So that's like one of the evening game shows to make it fun. We're bringing alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. We don't charge. That's all included in the price. We got 2 ping pong tables that are coming. They're going to be into that covered walkway in the middle of the garden, which will give you shade and beauty. We've got 2 additional meeting rooms available that aren't being used, so we can expand as many sessions as people want to give, as people want to sign up. That's a lot of stuff.
People can decide to do ad hoc sessions if they feel the need.
Yeah, right. There's time for Mike's right. So if you say like, hopefully not the last second because there's a little back end work to do. But if somebody says, yeah, I want to give a session, it's Thursday and I want to do it on Sunday, then I'll go back to my control computer and add it and add the details so people can see it. It'll show up instantly on the app. It'll show up on the website. And then you can actually preference ones. And I saw on the app, which unfortunately I can't demonstrate here, the app just came out yesterday, but you have a way of like saying, those are my little heart preference sessions that I'd like to go to, my favorites. And then you say, just filter by my favorites, and it'll just show you the ones you're going to go to. If you say, well, I want a reminder to go to that session at 11 o'clock so I don't forget on Saturday, and you click, there's an iCal button that'll automatically push that meeting to an alarm on your iPhone calendar, assuming most people have iPhones. And then there's a GPS coordinates. The website, didn't even mention that. We have a map that Eric's going to test out. When you get on site, you say, I want to see where the sessions are, just the sessions. They're going to be where these blue dots are, and wherever you're at, you can click on it. It'll give you walking directions there, which, of course, isn't working now because I'm in Sacramento. So we have a fully integrated map. It'll show you where are the lodging rooms, which are yellow, because I'm going to be in one of 4 buildings. Or where's the social halls, like where we're going to have parties at. There's the dining hall and the main room and things like that. So we're trying to look at every possible thing to make this wonderful and fun and fulfilling and rich and employ all the current technology. What you won't see is the tremendous amount of research that's gone on with AI in the background. I don't know how many other people are using AI to put together their sessions or their research or their work on our website and our apps. But personally, I've used a lot of Grok, now moving into Claude, to research statistics and how to market it and how do I do this and how do we do a better job of that and what would you buy. And okay, like we just came up with water bottles, right? They're going to have these water bottles that only going to label on the top because we're on a budget. But these are insulated because I have hot water in there and you can't even feel it. So that people aren't drinking out of plastic water bottles, we're going to give you a stainless steel water bottle to take home with a full access label on it. We're looking at all little things like how do I make it fun? How do I make it memorable? Everybody gets a shirt, right, like this. And most of the people are going to get a hat as well so that you have something to remember. I used to throw on FileMaker boot camps. I stopped doing it 16 years ago and I did it for 7 years. So I started doing real small versions of something remotely like this 23 years ago. And then when Pause on Air came out, I thought, well, these guys are senior to me. They're smarter than me. They know what they're doing. I'm going to back off and let them just run a Pause on Air. And I just disappeared for years. And then when they stopped doing it last year, I thought, well, I could take what I know and how I've grown and all the friends I've made, all the connections, and do something to kind of be a stand-in for Pause on Air, and then it's become a thing. So we're looking at every little avenue of how do we make it better? How do we make people happy? How do we build a sense of environment where we can build friendships and network and have what I call fellowship, just meaningful conversations with each other? And apparently that formula is working. And we keep discovering little bits and pieces of how to do it. And it's a lot of work in the back end. There's You will never understand the amount of sausage making that goes into making something like this. When I interviewed Jonn Sindelar last year, I said, hey, Jonn, help me out. You started Pause on Air back in like 2008 or something. What ditch do I not want to fall in? What can I do wrong and how can I make this good? And he said, well, first of all, you got to drive the bus because everybody's getting on the bus. And it will take you 1,000 hours to plan this conference. And I said, yeah, sure, I can do it in 300 or 400. I kind of laughed. And then I realized, so it takes 2,000 hours last year. It's taken me 3,000 hours this year to put this together. It's a lot of work, but it's a labor of love. Most of the people involved in this who are working on the back end, who are working on our planning team or putting together sessions or offering assistance in various ways, they're not doing it for money. They're doing it because they love it. They love the community. They love this platform they fell in love with many years ago, like Mike and I, like 30, 35 years ago, we fell in love with this. And yet the community is rich and we want to feed it. We want to see it sustainable. We want to see it persist and endure the transition into the AI world. So we all figured, let's just pour our hearts and souls into make this the most wonderful thing we can and just see where everything falls. So that we're doing. That was a lot of material. I always have more, but that's the essence of what's going on. I'd love to just open it up for general discussion, comments.
Well, I'd like to make a few comments real
Yeah.
quickly. One is that, Claris will be there listening, first of all, and also Richard Carlton, they'll be broadcasting live. And
Yeah.
if you've listened to any of the recent broadcasts from Richard Carlton's training series, he did mention that when he had Rick Coleman on, that there were some things that he could not announce over the airwaves,
Right.
but there's a really good possibility that you will get some good news from Claris at the conference, that they will give us some previews of some things. And hopefully, Claris has said that their quarterly releases are going to be going big. So I think that you would be coming, you'd be on the forefront of knowledge of what's happening. So I think it'll be a pretty exciting conference. I look forward to going. I'm primarily going to be an attendee this year myself, because I stepped down from
Leadership.
planning committee and steering committees due to some health reasons. Maybe I'll be rejoining next year. Jonn has put in 95% of the work here, and it's just it's an amazing effort, and I can't thank him enough.
So I'm looking towards next year, and my team is finally starting to understand this logic around marketing. I'm like, we're doing everything you can imagine the hours we're putting in for this year, which is great. And thanks for the compliment, Mike. But what I discovered is like, okay, last year was small, and this year's still smaller than I'd like. How do I make it bigger? Well, if you get on a train, and I'm in Sacramento, and it's only going to go to Colfax, you're like, well, I may or may not get on the train. But if there's a train going to Reno, or that thing that goes across the country, what do they call it, that goes through the Rockies, it goes all the way to New York, you're like, that looks like fun. That train's going to see some incredible scenery. I want to get on that, whenever, whatever the express is called. So I realized if I start planning for next year, just a reasonable amount, and researching locations for next year, then people say, oh, this isn't just a thing you're doing. This is a thing. It's going to be going on. And I want to be part of it because I want to be part of it and see how it evolves. And I can look back and see, look at the friends I made. Look at the experience I have. Look how it keeps getting better. I want to be part of that. So we're looking at these venues for next year, and just continue to visit them to make plans. And you have to do that at least a year and a half out because that's how fast hotels and camps are selling their spaces. So we do that, and then people are like, whoa, look at that. Look at your planning. I want to be more involved because you're planning it out. So it's a good marketing thing. It also gives us a sense of direction and purpose and possibility. And yeah, the value proposition is good. What are we charging? Like the retail price on this thing now is $1,500. Oh, and anybody who's watching this in a post-event video on YouTube should know that on the 4th of July, the ticket goes up. And one of the reasons it goes up is it's a lot more work to add people at the end, to edit sessions, to sign people up and do all the back end work, and then order T-shirts and lanyards and name tags for everybody. So we want you signing up early, and also because if you sign up early, that helps other people be encouraged to sign up early because, I have an old philosophy. I won't eat in a restaurant where there aren't any patrons. That means the food is old. Nobody goes there. It's not popular. I don't want to eat there. We have a famous fish and chips restaurant here in Auburn. I won't go there because there's never anybody. People say it's wonderful, but there's nobody ever in there. I'm thinking, how old is that fish? So the faster people sign up, the more people will sign up. So the price goes up $300 on the 4th of July. So sign up before then. So we expect a huge influx of people right at the end of June, beginning of July. So yeah, the signups aren't done. Yeah, but for $1,500 for 4.5-day conference,
includes room and board
and alcohol and entertainment. Oh, we haven't even mentioned the fact that we have jam sessions at night, and we have a series of people bringing instruments. So if you play I don't care if it's a kazoo or a harmonica, bring it. We have people bringing drums, guitars. Somebody's threatening to bring bagpipes, and we will have live music entertainment Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night, 4 nights. And we have I have a friend who happens to be the music director of a church, and he has a degree from Ohio State University in saxophone, and he's gonna help coordinate the jam sessions. We have a woman coming from Michelle Anderson, who's married to Ivan Granger at Codance. They're coming, and she's going to give you a couple sessions, and she's also a drummer in a band in Eugene. So I've got some drummers coming. I know Jesse Barnum's brother Sam is a good guitar player. He's going to be there. So there's going to be fun at night, privacy to go on hiking trails, nice, simple rooms. It's going to be fun. It's not just technical. It's interpersonal. There's entertainment. There's good food.
Sounds great. I am impressed with the growth from last year, how things change and
Amazing.
Shift the variables there. So it's cool. Yeah, very good.
Oh, there's a few people with birthdays like Mike Ross, who's going to turn 39 there.
There you go.
We'll be celebrating birthdays with, cake and all kinds of stuff. We got 4 birthdays coming up. We've got a lot of little stuff.
Say good pictures and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for
Okay.
reminding me. I'm going to say, everybody pull out your iPhones and send in all the pictures, right?
Right. Yes, those are good for marketing too. You can use those forever in lots of different ways.
All we have to do is get Brandon to bring her granddaughter and granddaughter, right?
Grandson. Yep.
Grandson. Bring his grandson and her husband, Brad, and that would be that will round us out.
We'll see what we can do. Bring the whole tribe next year, maybe.
There you go.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you, everybody. We'll wrap up and give you back your afternoon. So thanks for spending time with us.
Hey, thank you all for giving us time to discuss this wonderful thing that's life passion here, So thank you.
And then we'll have you back again in September to talk about the post conference discussion. So
okay. That would be good. We've
already got you written in there for that.
Yeah, that's part of that whole future marketing thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. Cool. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I'll close it out. Goodbye, everybody.
Have a great day.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.